ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
Namaste Ishan.
नमस्ते कुलदीप मम्मू।
We are back after 3 weeks break. 3 weeks. But we were learning, right?
Yes.
Mamu was busy with Vande Guru Paramparam. 2 songs, no?
Yes.
One stotra and one Ambe Ambike. So lot of work. Now we are back. Let us straight away get into Karma Yoga. I guess this is 64th episode. We have reached 64 episodes. Okay, so Karma Yoga. Today we are dealing with 2 shlokas, 33 and 34. In last episode, Bhagavan said, those who find fault with my teaching and do not practice it, know them to be ruined. Right? Do you remember?
Yes, Mammu.
Yeah. Sit properly. If this is the case, if everyone knows that they will be ruined, if they don't follow these beautiful teachings by Bhagavan, then why are they not following it? Why are we not able to follow it properly? Now, in 33rd shloka, Bhagavan is going to answer that. And in 34th shloka, Bhagavan is going to speak about raga, dvesha, attachment, aversion. So, you are ready for chanting section?
Yes, Mammu.
Yeah. 33rd shloka. सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः
सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः
प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि
प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि
प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि
प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि
निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
Again. सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः
सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः
प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि
प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि
प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि
प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि
निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
Now पदच्छेदः. सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृतेः ज्ञानवान् अपि प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि निग्रहः किं करिष्यति. It's almost like same, no? Like shloka. Okay. Now 34th shloka. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे
इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे
रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ
रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ
तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत्
तयोर्नवशमागच्छेत्
तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ
तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ
इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे
इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे
रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ
रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ
तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत्
तयोर्नवशमागच्छेत्
तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ.
तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ.
Now पदच्छेदः. इन्द्रियस्य इन्द्रियस्य अर्थे. That becomes इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे. रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोः न वशमागच्छेत् तौ हि अस्य परिपन्थिनौ. You got it?
Yes, Mamu.
So, shall we go for chanting together?
Yes, Mamu.
सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि निग्रहः किं करिष्यति. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत् तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ. Let us go through the meanings now. Sadrisham cheshtate swasyaha
प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि
prakritim yanti bhutani
निग्रहः किं करिष्यति.
ज्ञानवानपि स्वस्याः प्रकृतेः सदृशं चेष्टते. Even a knowledgeable person behaves according to his nature. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Bhutani prakritim yanti. All beings follow their own nature. Nigrahaha kim karishyati. What can restraint do? Restraint meaning suppression. What can suppression do? We will discuss that, okay?
Okay, Mamu.
Indriyasya
रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ
तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत्.
तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ.
इंद्रियस्य अर्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ. Attachment and aversion. Ragadvesha. Ragadveshau. Attachment and aversion of the senses in their respective sense objects are natural or fixed. Vyavasthitau. Tayoho vasham na agachet. Let none come under their sway. He means because tau asya paripanthinau. They are his foes, that is enemies. For a sadhaka, they are enemies. So that is all about meaning. Now let us get into our spiritual tidbits section and thus understand these shlokas in depth. You are ready?
Yes, Mamu.
In 33rd shloka, Bhagavan gives us the reason behind why we are not able to put into practice Bhagavan's teaching. He says, even a knowledgeable person behaves according to his nature, according to his prakriti. Swasyaha prakritehe sadrisham cheshtate. See, when we say knowledgeable person, we are not referring to Purna Jnanis here, okay?
Okay,
We are referring to those who are well versed in scriptures. Jnanis are beyond Prakriti. No?
Yes, Mamu.
Bhutani Prakritim yanti. All beings follow their own nature. See, all of us, humans, we are humans, right? Are we? All of us, humans, plants, animals. Sometimes we behave like animals, right? Humans, no? Animalistic nature. Okay, so all of us, humans, plants, animals, all beings are born with certain nature. According to that nature, they act. Some plants grow tall, while some are short, no? Shrubby, no?
Yes.
Some fruits are sweet and some fruits are
Sour
or bitter. Mango is sweet while green papaya is
bitter.
You know the taste? Yes. See, everything is different, right?
Yes.
Basically, apple is different from orange. Orange is different from grapes. Grape is different from watermelon. Apple can't become orange.
Yes.
Orange can't become apple, right?
Yes.
Just imagine somebody is going near a apple tree and is waiting for oranges. Will he get it?
No. No.
From apple tree you get?
Apples.
Yeah. From orange tree you get?
Oranges.
Very good. In human, this Prakriti is manifested in the body, mind and intellect. This nature is a product of our vasanas, say
Vasanas.
tendencies, which are impressions created by past actions performed in past lives. Purva Janma. Okay. Accordingly, you have your prarabdha karma in this life. All humans are born with tendencies, that is vasanas. According to these vasanas, we act in our regular life. So Bhagavan says, Nigraha kim karishyati? What can restraint do? What can suppression do? There is no point in subduing these vasanas with force. It will only create an imbalance. The only way to advance in spiritual journey is you should understand your vasanas first. Okay?
Okay, Mamu.
Then utilize these vasanas, these strong force of habit and tendencies. Now the point is, join it in the direction of Bhagavan. You have your Prakriti, join it in the direction of Bhagavan. This is the secret. Mama will tell you a very short story. With that story, you will understand this. Okay, joining that our Prakriti towards Bhagavan, in the direction of Bhagavan. A grandmother was there. Pati. She did her karma in her life so beautifully, and now she wants to go to Rishikesh or Haridwar or somewhere in Himalayas and live rest of her life in tapas, solitude, in silence. She wants to be always in Bhagavan. She came to her guru and said, always we go to our guru, no? Spiritual guru. She went to her guru and said, Swami, I am done with everything in my life. Now I want to go to Rishikesh and do tapas. But I have a problem. My grandson is so lovable. He is so loving. And because of that immense love for him, I am not able to quit this worldly life and go to Himalayas. Guru beautifully advised her. He said, you do one thing. From this moment, you consider your grandson as Bhagavan Krishna. Start doing seva to him. Prepare and offer delicious food for him with Krishna Bhava inside you. When he does any naughty things, treat him like how Yashoda Ma treated Bhagavan Krishna, without knowing that he is Bhagavan. Okay, now the grandmother started doing it. And after a few months, this attitude got fixed in her, and life was so beautiful. All her bhakti, all her attitude of serving, all this was channelized to her grandson, treating him as Bhagavan himself. She forgot that she wants to go to Himalayas and do separate bhakti. She was already in Bhagavan, sitting wherever she is. According to her Prakriti, she had those thoughts of discontentment. And now with Guru's grace and Upadesha, she transcended it by channelizing the same Prakriti she had into Bhagavan. So, if you have desires, channelize it to Bhagavan. See, all your basic nature you have, join it to Bhagavan. See, an apple can't become an orange, right?
Yes, Mamu.
but the apple can try and become the best apple. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So beautiful, no?
Yes.
So, you tell me, now you should tell me, what is Prakriti?
Nature.
Nature, our innate nature, our basic nature, tendencies, vasanas. Now you tell me some examples, whatever you feel. Like we have already discussed it, no? I mean, when we were, when I was teaching you, we discussed it. Now you tell for the audience, you tell couple of examples.
A mosquito's prakriti is
Mosquitoes, good example. Tell me.
the mosquito's prakriti is to drink blood from humans.
Not just from humans.
Animals also.
Animals everywhere, no?
Yes.
Okay. That is its Prakriti, no?
Yes. If it went somewhere and tried to become vegetarian, will it?
Vegetarian. Mosquitoes. Okay, then what will happen?
Will it be able to do that?
It won't be, right?
Yes.
Because its Prakriti is?
To drink blood from human.
Is it drinking from you? You don't know, right? Okay. Now, any other example?
Me.
You. How? You tell me.
When it was my birthday, I wanted skating shoes.
Skating shoes. Okay. I guess we have spoken about this example once here in Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
Now
only in this sloka only Bhagavan said that you cannot change your prakriti. If I went skating, then it will not happen because my prakriti is Bhagavad Gita.
Your Prakriti is Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
You came to know about your Prakriti with Bhagavan's grace, you know? No? Am I right?
Yes.
You came to know that your Prakriti is Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
If for that birthday, if you were going for that skating thing, then what would have happened? No Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes.
Some skating you will be doing. Wow. Very good. So you know about Prakriti now. So your Prakriti is?
Bhagavad Gita.
Bhagavad Gita. Again, that is your Swadharma too. You have this Sattva element in you. So Bhagavan is giving you all grace, anugraha to learn Bhagavad Gita. Okay?
Okay, Mamu.
Very good. Now in 34th shloka, Bhagavan says, Raga Dvesha, attachment and aversion of the senses in their respective sense objects are fixed, natural. Tayoho vasham na agachet hi tau asya paripanthinau. Let none come under this sway, their sway, because they are his enemies. For a sadhaka, they are enemies. You know, each of our indriyas has some attraction when it sees a pleasant object, right? It also has aversion when it sees an unpleasant object. Bhagavan says that is how it is fixed. If one can go beyond these two, attachment and aversion, raga, dvesha, he will not come under their sway. These two are enemies. They are obstacles in our journey, in our life's journey. See, this raga, dvesha can also be called as hatred and love and hatred. Okay?
Okay, Mamu.
We have to rise above these two through discrimination, viveka, and atma vichara, self-inquiry. That is the way. Once you rise above this, that means you are freeing that space for Bhagavan to manifest in you. See, just imagine, when these raga dveshas are not inside you, Bhagavan will occupy that space. Once Bhagavan is occupying that space, what will happen? You will be not under these trigunas. You will go beyond that. No?
Yes.
At that point of time, Bhagavan will act through you. So, Prakriti. You rightly said about your Prakriti, mosquitoes Prakriti. You have understood it. So happy. That's all for today. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Uttamam, stay blessed. You have understood that Bhagavad Gita is your Swadharma. Once you understand it, now it is all about staying in it always. Okay?
Okay, Mamu.
Stay blessed.